Hi, good morning. Welcome to this channel Concept for Learning once again. I know it's been a while we have posted videos on this channel, but I got a huge demand to put on more videos and especially chapter number 6 staffing. So here we are with the chapter number 6 staffing first video. But before we begin, let me give gratitude to all the students who have been looking for more videos on this channel. Thank you. We are back and let's work together on this and let's begin with the chapter number 6 staffing. So staffing को समझने से पहले the word staffing has come from the staff as we all know, but staffing को समझने से पहले ये समझना ज़रूरी है कि कोई भी organization, any organization is based, the success of the organization is based on certain resources in the organization, right? What are these resources? Resources are physical resources and financial resources. That's true, but one point here we are missing, that physical resources and financial resources are useless if one more resource which is very important is missing in the organization. The success of the organization will fail if this particular resource is not available in the organization, and that resource is human resource. You have physical resource, you have financial resource, you have capital resource, but who is going to use it if you don't have human resource in the organization? And what kind of human resource we are looking for? We are looking for the resource that is hardworking and efficient. These two words are very important to keep in mind, hardworking and efficient, because that's going to help you in understand the chapter staffing. So what does that mean? Hiring a right person at right time, at right position, with right qualification is called staffing. Staff का मतलब क्या है? Staffing का मतलब क्या है? Staff का मतलब है लोग आप जब कंपनी में हायर करते हैं तो you need to hire a right person at a right time when the vacancy is there. When the vacancy is there, and along with that you have to hire the person at a right position. If you are looking for sales position, you have to hire a salesman. You can't hire an accountant for that. You have to hire the person with the right qualification. If you are hiring a person for sales, he should have that sales background. That's the right qualification. And when you do this, when you do the process of hiring a person at the right time with the right qualification at the right time, it is called staffing. But this is not only the staffing. There are certain elements in staffing which we need to understand if we need to understand completely the concept of staffing. Hiring is one element. Likewise, there are certain elements that we need to understand in staffing. What are these elements? First is manpower planning. पहले आपको प्लान करना है कि आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हाउ मेनी पीपल यू नीड, what all departments are there, and in each department how many people you need to work. Second, once you decide that, once the planning is done, then you enter into the process of recruitment. You give it in the advertisement, and there are certain levels of the recruitment that you may decide. First level of recruitment, second level of recruitment, etc. So first is planning. How many people you want in the organization, how many vacancies are there. Keeping in mind, you focus on the recruitment process. Once the recruitment process is done, then you go for the selection process. You select the candidates from the recruitment process, first and second level or third level. And then once the person is selected, once the candidate is selected, you give proper training to the person who has been hired in your organization. After training, then you are deciding his compensation, and lastly, maintenance of the position, maintenance of the managerial position. This is the entire process of the elements of staffing which works one by one. And lastly, maintenance of position, you have to keep in mind that the maintenance of that particular position where the person has been hired has to be maintained, because that's the ladder for him to jump to the higher position, from one position to other position. This entire process, keeping in mind the elements of staffing, is being done by the HR department, human resource department. I'm sure you must have heard about this. You must have seen also, you must have heard from your family or your father or your friends. They must be talking about HR department. So the HR department work is staffing. Okay, there are certain definitions of staffing that you need to study, but that you can study from the textbook because it is covering the entire portion that I have already spoken on that. Okay, once you are done with the definition, we need to understand what is the importance, or what is the benefit, or what are the advantages, or what is the need of the staffing. The first and the foremost important need of staffing is vacant position to be filled. You need to check whether there is a vacant position in the organization or no. So the first importance is find out the vacant position in the particular department. Once that is done, then you go to the second importance, that is choosing the right person for that particular वैकेंसी. डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दी क्वालिफिकेशन, उनका क्वालिफिकेशन चेक होगा, उनकी स्टडी चेक होगी, सर्टिफिकेट्स चेक होंगे, एंड देन यू विल बी हायरिंग द पर्सन फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर वेकेंट पोजिशन. इफ यू हायर द राइट पर्सन, व्हाट हैपन्स इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? इट इंक्रीजेस द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द organization. Does it increases the performance only of the organization? No, it also helps the growth of that particular individual or the manager who has been taken on that particular position. How? That's what we studied in the elements, that they are given training. Some organizations have in-house training departments, some hire from the outside, but training is a regular process which HR department takes place for all the employees of the organization, and the reason behind that is to increase the performance of the organization. Third is, once you hire the right person and the performance increases, what is the other benefit it will give to the organization? The growth of the company will take place. Here the individual and the professional goals of the organization and the individuals are getting fulfilled, and that leads to the growth of company. Once the growth of the company is at a higher stage, there is no chance of under or over utilization of the resources. If there is any underutilization or overutilization of the resources, you will not see the growth. If there are 10 vacancies in the organization but you have hired only 5, then there is a possibility that you may overutilize the particular staff that you have taken. Less staff, more vacancies, less staff, you are getting them do more work, which will definitely bring down the growth or the performance of the individual and the company. So when you see the growth of the company, it automatically leads to the next benefit, that is no chance of over or underutilization of resources. Then efficient staff cuts down the competitors. That's very true. When you have an efficient staff, the efficient staff is getting training properly, he is focusing on his work properly. That leads to the research and development as well, that what other competitors are doing. They focus on what other competitors are doing, and they try to perform much more better than their competitors, and that's why that they can help in reducing the competition in the market. Sixth is compensation. Promotion boosts the morale. Compensation, if you give the right compensation to the employees hired, if you train them at particular right time, then it boosts the morale of the person. It boosts the morale of the manager who has been hired, because he feels that he is being treated in a right way in the organization and is being part of the growth in the organization. He can see his growth. Once he can see his individual growth, definitely he will be able to give the growth to the company. And last is, staffing plays it's an important key element for all other functions in the company. Staffing is related to the human beings. Human beings are hired in the organization. Once the human beings are hired in the organization and they are treated well, they are trained, and right person is taken at the right position, the company grows. That is why it is said that it is the key element, because the entire organization is run on the human resources. All the departments, marketing department, accounts department, finance department, they are being run by the people. No organization is being run without people. People are the main source of the organization. The better the human resource in the organization, the better the growth of the organization. So we are done with today's video, wherein we understood what is the meaning of staffing, definition of staffing, and need and importance of staffing. Stay tuned for the next topic in staffing and see you again. Thank you.